Pacha with the weekly Pele report for June 26th. Last one for the month of June. Made it down here to the Iowa Hill Crossing. This water is amazing. It's so clear and clean. I don't know if the video does it justice, but you can see every single stone in the bottom of that river. You can't tell how deep the water is because it's so clear. Just gorgeous. I haven't been here in a long time. Anyway, the healing waters of the river. What do we got going on? The moon is in Pisces. Yeah. Oh, man, along with Saturn and Neptune, which are what? They're both stationing, sitting still from our perspective, sitting out there in space to go retrograde. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about it more, but, Saturn goes retrograde on Saturday. It's exact. And on Tuesday, Neptune goes retrograde. I'll talk more about that. In the meantime, we've still got Sun, Venus, Mercury moving through Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, water everywhere. Yikes. Yeah. So, some nice trines. I mean, the moon trines the sun and Venus today, Wednesday. And then she goes on to conjunct Saturn tomorrow. Trines Mercury. Actually, Mercury is at the final degrees. Like I said, Mercury is going so fast. Almost like 2 degrees a day, just like whipping around. Whew, high-speed Mercury. Heading into Leo by next Tuesday. Okay, so, trines Neptune on Tuesday, then heads into Leo. Super cool. Next Tuesday also, Venus comes into an exact trine with Saturn. But what's really going on, and that we can also talk a little bit about today, is that today Venus comes in to square the moon's nodes. Yeah, so the moon's nodes, north node is in Aries, south node is over there in Libra, and Venus over in Cancer is going to square it. And then by next Tuesday, the sun comes in to square the moon's nodes. And whenever planets square the moon's nodes, yeah, it's a flag. It's a wake up. It's a like, what's going on, baby? I'm going to talk about that a little bit. So I think that's about all I'm going to talk about. Let me just get down to the water. Give you a closer shot. There's a little platform. That's nice. That could be a couple meters deep. I don't know. What else? Venus sextile Mars is exact on Friday. Mercury sextile Uranus exact on Saturday. Moon comes into Aries on Friday. So here's the thing. You got this mellow time period, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, moon in Pisces. And then Friday, boom, into Aries. Charge for the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then on Sunday, she goes into Taurus. Yeah, until the next Pele report. So let me look at the camera and talk about it. All right, fellow astronauts, astro beings, rocket people, what is going on out there? Here in the third dimension, things go very, very, very slow. This is what I want to be talking to you about today. Today, I just want to talk about healing. Healing. What is healing? The process of healing. What does healing involve? What are the steps of healing? What is the... Because Pisces is all about healing. Neptune stationing at the very last degree, 29 degrees, 55 minutes. 5 more minutes. and it would be over the cusp into Aries. But that's not going to be happening until next year. Okay? And Saturn. Saturn also in the sign of Pisces, sign of healing, stationing to go retrograde. Now let's look at these two things a little more in detail. Sorry for you guys that are not into the details, but we want to look at the timing and the surrounding events of this, because it was what, March 24th. Go back to March 24th. Saturn came up and started hitting past this 12 degrees 41 minutes. And it's been going up from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 degrees 25 minutes. It stations and goes retrograde this week. And then it's going to go back to 12 degrees 41 minutes, okay, by November 15th. And then it's going to go forward again, and it's not going to get back to where it is now until February of 2025. So if you've got anything between 12 degrees and 19 degrees, Saturn is doing its threefold pass. And I always look at it as like a 9-month pregnancy, okay? It's a 9-month pass where it comes in with some new form, some new goal, some new idea, okay? From March, April, May, June, it crosses over and says, okay, here's some new laws, new boundaries, new structures, new form. This is what you want in your life. Here's a new goal, da 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 da. And then it goes retrograde until November. We've got to reflect on it, remodel it, redo it, rethink it, remanage it. Reflect on it the whole until November, and even through December, January. But boom, by February, the goals that you set now or have been over March, April, and May, right? This new form, new structure, new set of boundaries, new fences, new walls, new contracts. Okay, this is the forming time, and then the reforming and remodeling, and it's like, okay, I got to get rid of this, and I got to make changes. So there's changes, inner changes that happen, okay, to prepare our inner world from now till November 15th when Saturn goes direct. And then it comes through that final pass and it's all over, Joe. You've gone about as far as you can go until the next time. Saturn goes retrograde every year. All the outer planets go retrograde every year for almost 6 months. It's almost half. They spend almost half their time visually, apparently, from Earth, looking like they're going backwards. It's just a visual phenomena. They really never do go backwards. Okay? Neptune. Coming all the way up. It was last at 27 degrees, 7 minutes of Pisces, March 11th. Now it's gone this is only from 27, 28, 29. It's only gone 3 degrees. And it's going back to 2707, okay, by December 7th. That's 6 months from now, man. And then it turns and it goes direct, and it doesn't come back to that 29 degrees 55 minutes until March 29th of next year. Neptune, whereas Saturn is like a 9-month pregnancy, Neptune is more like a 3-year transformation. So if you've got something 27, 28, 29 degrees of the mutable signs, that's Gemini, Virgo, Sag, or Pisces, you are getting spiritualized. You are getting dissolved. You are getting, washed. You're getting downloads from the multi-dimensional universe that kind of confuse, upset, release, dissolve. Yeah, just like the tide washes away. So you've been getting washed away. Your ego. Because Neptune is spirit, right? Egolessness, oneness with all that is. Spiritual love, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, sacred sexuality. This is all about bringing spirit in as Neptune goes direct. Now that it's going retrograde until December, it's time to assimilate. It's time to go in, and this is why I want to talk about healing, okay? And particularly now with the Sun and Venus in Cancer, this is nurturing, self-care, feeling our feelings, going inward, introspection. Saturn is reflection, going retrograde. Okay, the retrograde has to do with individuation. We take a general principle that's true for everyone, and when the planet is retrograde, especially in your natal chart, your life thing is about taking that planetary energy. I've got Saturn retrograde when I was born, and I need to be my own Saturn. I need to make my own rules. I need to become my own authority. So, everything that Saturn stands for, Neptune, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, whatever that planet stands for, if it's retrograde in your chart, you have to personalize it, own it, and do it your own way. Yeah? So retrograde goes with rebel, revolution, rejection. Yeah, baby. Oh my goodness. So, I want to just kind of look at this. And then, of course, Mercury squares Chiron. Mercury's in square to Chiron, the wounded healer these days. And I've been talking about Chiron and Aries for a long time. This is healing the wounded masculine in the sign of Aries. Yeah? And for this healing process, and Chiron very often brings around, a healing crisis. What is a healing crisis? Well, we can just kind of look at this, and we can use different examples. I want to use different examples, but it can be psycho-spiritual on the astral plane. It can be, mental, where we are just out of alignment, with our thinking, our psychosis, neurosis, these ideas. And then we can move down into the emotions, the feelings, of, loneliness, jealousy, possessiveness, whatever, just like this feeling of emptiness or this emotional void. Right down into the physical, where, you got, skin problems, liver problems, belly problems, physical bone problems. Saturn is bones. Right? So we can look at all of these different ones, but what do they all have in common? What are all forms of healing have in common? When Chiron comes around, more often than not, it's a time out. Time out. And that's what makes crisis for a lot of people. They're in a routine. They've got to show up at work. They've got to take care of their kids. They've got to make money. They've got to pay the bills. And here comes Chiron. It's like everything has to wait. Yeah, you get COVID or something or whatever. You're out. Pisces, has to do with hospitals. Yeah. So this is the first thing, and that's why the mantra for today has to do with the process of going within. So for healing, we have to withdraw. Why do we have to withdraw? Because it takes our energy, we're distracted, we're dissipated. We're all out here and in everybody else's business and, reading the news and on the screen and blah, 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 blah. We're out of ourselves. And that's how we get out of balance to start with. That's where all the problems start, is when you get too far off center. So a healing crisis brings you back in. Like it or not, ready or not, hospital bed or your bed at home or just a cold or whatever, but you've got to take some time off of work. You've got to take some time out. Maybe you need to, if you got COVID or something, it's like, nobody, nobody can come and visit. You have to stay away from me. I have to isolate. So isolation is part, yes, this letting go. And what is that for also? And this is where it also gets tricky. Stress. Some people, it's like, okay, we're leading stressful lives, and the healing process says, of course, stress is the leading cause of illness, disease, and even accidents, which in astrology there are no accidents. There's only karma. Anyway, only unconsciousness is what I mean. But we may lead stressful lives, but it may also feel very stressful, and it may take days or weeks for us to just let go. Surrender to the pain, to the process, to the wound, to what has happened, the water that's gone down the river or under the bridge, or the feelings that we have suppressed or denied or avoided, or it's just like things that we have ignored in the past that need healing. They need to surface. They need to come up. So we need to slow down. We need to let go. And then we need to Saturn is reflection. And when he stands still, this is moving into, and especially Neptune has to do with the crown chakra. Uranus actually has a lot to do, I say, with the third eye. The witness, the observer, the one that, that aspect of ourselves that is above ego, outside ego, beyond ego. It is becoming more aware of our higher nature, is what we could say. Yeah. And then from that place of the higher nature, then we come in. And what do we have to do then? Just consider physical healing. Take surgery, for instance. Number one, you have to go very slow. Yeah, the scalpel cuts very slow. You have to be very careful. You have to be very attentive. You have to be very gentle. Okay, and so we have to really be, this is Cancer. Sun, Venus, Mercury in Cancer. We need to be our own mother, our own father. We need to embrace ourselves. We need to hold ourselves. We need to love ourselves. We need to care for ourselves. We need to bump our life, our psyche, our inner peace. Bump that up on the scale of importance. It has to become more of a priority. We have to, watch our diet, just have your bowl of chicken soup, or stop eating sugar or meat, or stop drinking, or we have to really go into our bodies and slow down, pay close attention to every little thing. Is the window open? Is it drafty? Is it too hot, too cold? All this kind of stuff can just it's like we become hypersensitive psychically, emotionally, physically, to our surroundings. So we have to have sweet music around. Oh, that reminds me. I think we'll go for audience participation. Yes. Who can come up with the best healing song? Yeah. A song with healing. I did a search in Spotify for healing and came up with a number of different songs and didn't really go for too many of them. So what do you think? I mean, I've been racking my brain a little bit now. What is a good song that has to do with healing, going in, relaxing, holding ourselves, embracing ourselves, valuing ourselves, slowing down, and what then? Boom, trust. We have to trust in, and this is where it's spiritual healing. Now, we might call a doctor, we might call an acupuncturist, we might call, a craniosacral person, we might call a chiropractor, we might, but we can call on Great Spirit, Ganesha, Lakshmi, the gnomes, the fairies, the nature spirits. I'm really getting into herbs now because I'm taking a bunch. I'm taking milk thistle and dandelion root, and I'm really starting to feel into the medicinal qualities. Yeah, Mother Nature is full of great mystery, and she's great good medicine. Great good medicine. Whether it's turmeric or niacin, or I'm eating apricot pits because they've got vitamin B17 in them. Just like there's all kinds of stuff, out there for all different kinds of, conditions, situations, issues. And we've all got pain. We've all got suffering. Whether it's in our childhood, whether it's yesterday, whether it's from a past life, I'll tell you, this planet, holds, well, like Jeffrey says, my teacher, basically pain is the result of a resistance to evolution, which is a resistance to change, a resistance to metamorphosis, a resistance to letting go of our emotional attachments, our physical attachments, our mental attachments, even our belief systems, or, we have to, in order to evolve. And it's human nature to hold on, to hang on, to look for security through the familiar, through the known, through what has been. But Mother Nature and Spirit is constantly calling us to trust the future, to trust her, Gaia, to trust that, we are one with all that is. We are cared for. We are taken care of. Let's just check out, the degree for which Saturn is going retrograde. This is great. I've got 3 Sabian symbols today. I don't think I'll read all of them, but Saturn's going up to 19 degrees 25 minutes of Pisces is the 20th degree of Pisces. A table set for an evening meal. The keynote is an indication that in the end and at the appointed time, the individual's needs will be met among those to whom he is linked by a spiritual or biological web of energies. We are all part of the tapestry of life. Saturn is sitting at this degree for at least a week. Yeah? It's an evening meal. Yeah? So we will be sustained. We will be renewed. Spirit will provide. I think the Bible talks about, in the midst of my enemies, a table is prepared. Yeah, I mean, we want to soak that in. We want to take that in. We want to meditate on that. We want to feel held, not just holding ourselves, but that the wind is holding me. This mountain is holding me. The stream is holding me. My beloved is holding me. My family is holding. We are held in the web of life. Very beautifully, very profoundly, very importantly. Again, the Sabian symbol for the third quarter square moon. So we had the new moon, and the moon has gone all the way around. Week 1, week 2, we had the full moon in Sag. Now she's gone around to Pisces, to that third quarter, and Aries to Cancer. The 8th degree of Aries, the third quarter moon that's happening tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Did I say what day it was? Friday. Friday, exact. Moon square sun. A large woman's hat with streamers blown by an east wind. It is protection and spiritual guidance in the development of consciousness. Yeah. And it's a great, if you read it, you can download this whole book from my website. You go to resources, and on the resource tab, you scroll down to astrological aids, and you will get, an astrological mandala by Dana Radir. And you can read all these yourself and meditate on them. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much into, reading all of them. I want to read this last one, though. I think it's very, very important, very potent, because it's the last degree of the zodiac. The end. I think I talked about the end. Things are over. Things are done. It's time to say goodbye to the way things were, the way I was, like my identity, my past, my patterns, my conditioning, who I used to think Kaipacha was. Let's let go of that so that a new identity can emerge and come out. And that identity, that new identity, is going to be what? Closer to the ideal that you set for yourself. So let's read about this Neptune at 29 degrees 55 minutes. There for probably a whole freaking month. Yeah, this is just great. A majestic rock formation resembling a face is idealized by a boy who takes it as his ideal of greatness. And as he grows up, begins to look like it. The keynote: the power of clearly visualized ideals to mold the life of the visualizer. Nathaniel Hawthorne's story, The Great Stone Face, the sun, is used here in an allegorical sense to show the capacity for self-transformation latent within us. This power can be developed through visualization, when the emotions and the will are poured into the visualized mental image. At the highest spiritual cosmic level, this is the power used by the godlike beings at the close of a cosmic cycle in projecting the basic formula, the word, which will start a new universe. Yeah, baby. I love this stuff. In a biological sense, it is the power latent in all seeds. The power to produce and guide the growth of the future plant. A most fitting symbol for the last phase of the cyclic process. Within the end of the cycle, the seed of a new beginning exists in potency. And then there's just a little qualifier here. He puts a little dash and he says, unless the entire cycle has proven to be a failure. Let's not pretend failure is a possibility. We can fail. We do make mistakes. We do not apply our will. We do not apply, we don't feed our images with our emotions. Okay, we hold back or we try to force or push or blah, 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 blah. I mean, this is this whole kind of, thing going on here. But yeah, I just wanted to really bring forward that, holding to the image, holding to the ideal, holding to, the design that our soul has for us this lifetime, this is part of the healing process. This is kind of what pulls us through that birth canal into a new reality. That's what gets us over the threshold, I feel, is that, we really want to go. We want to transform. We want to change. We want to evolve. And we ask for guidance. We ask for help. And it may be a shaman. It may be a counselor. It may be an astrologer. It may be, the runes or the I Ching or the tarot. But, we ask the universe, of which we are an intrinsic part, for help, for assistance. So we can also throw in what? Humility. Part of the healing process is humbling. First of all, it's admitting that something is wrong. I have to stay home from work today. Doggone it. But I have to admit to myself, I'm not up to my 100%. Something is lacking. Something is missing. Something is awry. Something hurts. So pain is an indicator. It's a flag. It's a flashlight. Sometimes it's a laser beam that points us directly at what needs to change. And this is the problem with Western medicine. Yeah? The idea of illness and disease, of course, everything here is my opinion, is to, shine a light on an aspect of our lives that we need to change. For some reason, way, shape, or form, our lifestyle, our job, or our relationships, or our, whatever, our diet, our exercise routine, our whatever, is not supporting our soul purpose. And so our soul brings up, some wound. And we are wounded. And maybe, betrayal or abandonment by somebody else, but even that is what? Where we have betrayed or abandoned ourselves. We have to look at this outside world as a mirror of the inside world. And if there's something, weird going on in your relationships, there's something weird going on in yourself. So all healing starts within. And that's why we are drawn and we are focused within. And you balance your own masculine and feminine, and you will have a balanced relationship, right? And you balance everything else in your life. There's basically, in astrology, 6 polarities that need to be balanced. Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Sagittarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, and Virgo, Pisces. You get too far out into either direction and you get off balance and you have issues, problems, illness, disease, and challenges. You do both of those polarities equally, okay? And Sun in Cancer now is shining the light on my personal life, my home life, my domestic life, my family life. I need to really nurture myself, protect myself. I need to feel safe. I need to calm myself within. Boom. Very beautiful. Very powerful. So this, this going within, then the healing, and then it won't be long, but Mercury jumps into Leo by next Tuesday, followed shortly by Venus, and eventually the moon, the sun, is going to, get up there next month, July. So, yeah, we want to, just honor and feel, this time period and enjoy the process of healing and embrace. That's the final thing that I'll bring in, is feelings and needs. We can ignore our feelings and needs. We can, have a cigarette, we can have a drink, we can be workaholics, Netflix-aholics, we can be any kind of aholics to just have that feeling go away. Well, illness, disease, sickness, healing has to do with feeling your feelings. If you're angry, sad, mad, disappointed, disillusioned, insecure, afraid, go into those feelings. Go into those feelings. And they probably will go back to memories. Cancer, the moon, memories, the past. So, things have happened, and maybe we ignored them before, but they have a way of recurring or returning, or they keep happening until we get it, until we see what needs to be seen, or we change what needs to be changed. And then the illness, the disease, the problems, the whatever goes away. Yes, there are chronic diseases, there are chronic issues and problems, but that's time for another Pele report, because sometimes even when they say things are chronic, you can go out to the Philippines or you go to the right shaman, and there is miracle healings. Yeah. So I believe in miracles. Yeah. So, yeah. Feel those feelings. The feelings lead us. What are the feelings? The feelings result from, our basic human needs that are either getting met or not met. And if we're not meeting our needs, we need to meet our needs. If you have a need, you need to meet that need. You need to acknowledge, I need that. I need love. I need community. I need money. I need support. I need compensation. I mean, we got to get into it. And admit it and own it. And then the universe mirrors back and says, oh, they got it. They got it. Okay, they need that. Let's give it to them. But if we deny our own needs within ourselves, we're sending out a message to the universe, hey, nah, I don't need that. I'm big, tough, strong, young, whatever, handsome, beautiful. I don't need, I got it. Well, yeah, maybe not. So, and our needs change. So yeah, I don't need the same things I needed when I was 25. I don't need the same things I needed when I was 50. I got a different set of needs now. And so, it's also part of the evolution is exchange. I'll give you that need and I'll take that need. Thanks. I don't need that need anymore, but I do need some of that. Thank you very much. I'll take some of that. Yeah. So let's not be afraid. Let's not get stuck. Oh, I never needed that before. So what? It doesn't. All that means is you didn't need that before. It doesn't mean you don't need it now. So yeah, we're all becoming more aware, and as we become more self-aware and aware of ourselves, we become aware of our needs, and new needs can pop up and lead us to new countries and new relationships and new jobs and new places and new ideas and new songs. So who can come up with the best healing song? I'm excited about this. I'll be checking the comments. For now, I'm going to leave you with the mantra. Yeah. Healing is a process that requires going within, feeling my pain and embracing myself before re-emerging again. Yeah. So, Cancer, waning moon, last quarter phase before that new moon next week, right? So it's just shh. I mean, we are just coming into, this is time to go within. And I know in the northern hemisphere, it's summer. Vacation. Let's party. Let's go out. Let's da 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 da. Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. I'll give you the mantra one more time. Healing is a process that requires going within, feeling my pain and embracing myself before re-emerging again with a new me, a new body, a new emotional nature, new needs, new identity, new possibilities, new potential, new. So yeah, in some ways, what? Healing is like cleanse, purify, purge, let go of the old so the new can come in. Namaste, aloha, so much healing.